Homeowner discovers mysterious hatch in backyard, digs to learn what's inside. Ever wondered who used to own your house? Or what's really underneath your backyard? Because this guy found a secret hatch in his backyard, and what he uncovered blew his mind. Finding buried treasure on the beach or in the backyard is the stuff that most kids' dreams are made of, but one man from Arizona actually got the chance to live his childhood fantasy. John Sims, who goes by Captain Antarctica on Reddit, has lived in his home in Tuscan for a couple of years. He never considered himself an adventurer, but recently that changed. Sims considered his Arizona home to be his sacred space, but he didn't know that his house held a secret from a dark past, one that had remained hidden for decades. The Cold War got pretty close to the Tuscan area between the 1960s and the 1980s. In fact, according to the Arizona Daily Star, 18 intercontinental ballistic nuclear missiles were positioned in the Sonora Desert. The missiles had the impressive ability to reach a targeted location throughout the Soviet Union in 25 minutes, but that would suggest that the Soviets could have retaliated just as quickly. Given the fear of Soviet retaliation, building fallout shelters during the Cold War era was not uncommon. But what possible connection did Sims have to this rather dark chapter in American history? An ominous discovery awaited Sims in his backyard, and once he realized it was there, he took to Reddit to share what he'd found after the home's previous owner tipped him off. Sims had found what looked like a drawing through city records. The map was vague, but the permit the city had on file suggested that there was a 12-foot diameter blast shelter in his yard. Sims had studied the information he had received from the city to determine how the shelter came into existence. It turned out that it was constructed way back in 1961. The original plans for his property had left Sims intrigued. There was something in his yard that wasn't in plain sight. So the question remained, would the plans point him in the right direction? Sims found a few potential spots and dug a couple of holes in his backyard. Then he hired a local metal detectorist to help him scan the entire area. That's when he discovered something incredible. Spot number 2 was the winner. After doing a little more digging, Sims found the hatch of the Cold War fallout shelter flipped upside down. It was time to take a closer look. Sims's heart raced as he continued digging. When he opened the hatch, he saw a couple of steps that descended deeper into the shelter, but some of the steps had fallen or crumbled. The shelter had been built using a combination of concrete and a fiberglass dome, but it also appeared to have been closed off. This wasn't an accident. It was very deliberate. Sims didn't understand why someone would build a shelter and then seal it shut. This piqued his curiosity. What could possibly be down there? When he opened the door, it all made sense. Sims continued to investigate the bunker. Eventually, he discovered the room that was actually intended to keep a family safe in the event of a nuclear fallout. When Sims walked into the bunker, he expected to find a bunch of equipment and furniture, but there wasn't any. It was empty. However, the shelter had held up over the years. Sims might not have found treasure, but from his perspective, the bunker was invaluable, so he decided that he'd try to restore it to its original glory. On April 27, 2016, Sims launched a GoFundMe campaign to help him repair and, in some cases, rebuild major parts of the Cold War fallout shelter. But would he reach his goal? Sims figured that the upper entryway, which included the concrete and circular stairway, would cost around $2,000 to repair, but as of this date, he's managed to raise only $370. People wondered what Sims would do with the bunker. On his GoFundMe page, he wrote, "My plans are to clean up the interior, repaint it, and turn it into a really cool man cave, ham shack, and civil defense museum." As he started his renovation project, Sims did a little research about the Cold War era. That's when he discovered how terrified people were of a strike, and he wanted to honor that period. Aside from restoring the bunker, Sims has acquired artifacts from that time period like water supply barrels, sanitation kits, vintage ham radios, and even a few Geiger counters. But did he ever finish the project? Sims has put a lot of effort into restoring the bunker to the way it was. He even updated his GoFundMe page with some good news. Stairs are finished. Now it's easy and safe to climb in and out. What began as a search for a door using a map turned into an incredible discovery from the 1960s. This bunker may never be used for its intended purpose, but Sims intends to preserve it for posterity.